I'm wowed. You guys thought you were going to go home in like 5 minutes, didn't you? I'd like to congratulate all the other nominees and the winners this evening, especially Anderson Trucking. And when you watch their video, our product was on one of their trucks. Thank you. We were looking, too, really hard. I'm going to go off the speech. I think Tyler, when I flew in today, I think he went on Facebook and liked Delta when I landed at 3 o'clock today, so he didn't have to come up here and do this. The Minnesota Family Business Award honors is the value of the family-owned business, and it's not only our economy, but the overall quality of life that you get from being a family-owned business. Though the economic impact that we all create as small businesses and family businesses, I think the quality of life is actually the better part of being a family-owned business. I get to live every parent's dream. I get to see my children grow and learn. But unlike a majority of parents, I've been lucky enough to see my children grow and develop within the company. My oldest daughter, Jessica, she couldn't be here this evening because for some reason she has to live in Denver. But in grade school, she'd bag nuts and bolts for us at a nickel a bag so she could make $2.25 to go pay the entry fee to the swimming pool. And she continued to answer the phones until she went off to college, and now she's working on a doctorate for, I always say psychology because she can give drugs, but sociology. And she's already looking for space to open up her own practice. My next daughter, Leanna, we call Nanner, has also worked for us when she was growing up, filing and answering the phones and so forth. And then she chose to move to Iowa. And now she works for Geico as a salesperson. And last year, she became the first woman to take the #1 sales spot in the region at Geico for sales. And I keep asking her to come to work for Dad. And she goes, "Oh, no, Daddy Warren pays better." And so with that, it brings me to the twins that you guys seen on the screen up there. And I'm lucky enough I get to work alongside them every day. We have the same kind of conversations that I used to have with my father when I worked with him. And if you own a family business, you understand those conversations better than some. And so what's really cool is I get to pitch my vision to my sons, and hopefully they carry that on, what their grandfather started, and then we just keep growing it. I've been saying a lot. To get to watch their minds, I get to watch their minds create. They're doing things different than I did, and I did things differently than my father does, and I guess that's okay. We'll get through it, Tyler. The boys could have worked anywhere. They grew up, and I shouldn't say this, they grew up, they were in our magazine advertising, and like the thing said, that the boys, they're this big, and they were in our ads. If they knew how much money we made off of them, I'd be making the truck payments for them. And so I'm really proud that they grew up within the company and they chose to stay with the company. And Tyler, he's now our light manufacturing and shipping manager. And it's great to see the third generation there, and he's here with us this evening. And Trevor, 20 minutes later, twin, he is our special projects manager. And this year we launched a 53-foot exhibit trailer around the country, and now he's driving that truck. We sent him to truck driving school, so if we go under, he's going to come to Anderson looking for a job. And so he's running around the countryside now with this 53-foot exhibit trailer, hooking up with our distributors and doing training. And so I think he's in Atlanta today. And so I couldn't be prouder with the contributions that the boys make. But my parents, I could stand up here all night and talk about my parents. And it's like, cool, wow, thank you for my dad, and what they didn't show in the video was how we started. My father was a truck driver, and so he always pulled Caterpillar equipment, and so he had to have fenders on his trucks to keep from breaking the windows in the equipment. He pulled flatbed, and kept the equipment clean and so forth. Well, one day a forklift, he came home on a Saturday, had these fenders in the back end of his truck, and he goes, "Where are you going?" I got a date. See ya. He goes, "Nah, you can help me put these on." And so we put them on. He left that Sunday morning for Illinois. He calls. I got home from school, and he's on the phone with Mom, and he goes, "Hey, let me talk to Craig." Well, the fenders that he'd put on, the forklift operator slammed into the side of them when he was loading them and crushed him down to the tire. I'm sure there were some words exchanged. He didn't share that with me. But he had to take them off right there in the yard, and all the way home he's going, "There's got to be a better way. There's got to be something else. You know, I'm tired of spending $1,200 for a set of nice, shiny stainless fenders." About 2 weeks later, my mom was actually the founder of this company. With this incident, she backed over a Rubbermaid garbage can. And my dad went out to the curb and puts his foot in it, pops it out, and goes, "Oh, yeah. This is it." 28 years later, here we are. And so, yeah, Dad started the company, but Mom actually started it by backing over the garbage can. And so, thank you, Mom and Dad, for allowing myself and Tyler and Trevor and the kids to give this a shot. And so we'll try to. They say that most small businesses crash on generation 2. I read the other day, though, but that's kind of false, because generation 2 has a tendency to sell the company and take the profits and go to Florida. See you, Ty. And so, and we play that game every day. It's back and forth. It's like, do we sell? Do we stay? And as I watch the kids in it, it's like, what else am I going to do? I'm going to hang out with you guys. And so that's our long term, is to keep it in the family. And I missed a whole lot of pages here. You guys will appreciate that. But there's a few people I need to thank, as everybody else did. One, Mom and Dad, and my kids for the 70, 80-hour work weeks when they were little. They grew up on the plant floor. That's the only way they would see Dad and Grandpa, is they had to come down to the plant floor to see us. And then it's my employees. There's this crazy family dynamic that they got to work through out on the plant floor or in the offices, and I could never work for a family-owned company. It's like, and so so thank you to my team, and my team's here with me tonight, and some of my management team and my circle of advisors that keep us hopefully going forward. But then also, I need to thank Minnesota Business Magazine. When they called and said we won, it was like, well, do I get like a $100 gift card to Oceanaires or something? And so and so it was really cool. And that's, do I get to take that thing home? That big picture? And so we thank you. And thanks for the recognition, and thanks to all the sponsors and everybody. I mean, I had a competitor tell me probably a year ago, he says, "Why don't you act like the little company that you are?" Oh, you wait, someday I'm gonna grow up. And that's where we're going. And that's my driving passion right there is, yeah, you keep telling me I'm the little guy, and you pretend I'm the little guy, and you always think I'm the little guy, and I'm going to come up and bite you in the butt someday. Thank you, everybody.